All right, folks, welcome to your Calculus Chapter 1, Quiz Number 1 review video. As your review says that I know you're practicing really hard right now. Your quiz is Tuesday, the 18th of September. Going to quickly go through these answers. We should have time to talk about this on Monday. Evaluate the difference quotient. You know, decent chance you have a cubic function here, so just take your time. F of 2, guys, you should do that off to the side. F of 2 in this case is 10. So here is all of the work for that. I put the over H part there at the end. You've got the H's that cancel, and then that looks good. All right, for the squared one here, we're evaluating this. So do F of 3. F of 3 is 29. There, I believe, is all the work. Again, it is over H. Some simple algebra there, clean it up. You have 3h plus 20 as your final answer. All right, so I don't know if you're gonna get 2 or 1 of those, you know, most likely 1, but you really need to know how to do both of those. Those are both functions we've done a lot with. Obviously, number 2, I'd expect to see all of number 2. You've got to find, what, 5 different things. F of -4 and F of 4, that should be pretty easy. You won't get opposite answers there. That is a neither, that's neither odd nor is it even. All right, and then 3f of a is just, instead of writing x, just write a and triple everything. That's really easy. F of 2a, so plug 2a in there. Some of us made some mistakes on this part right here in our homework, so please be careful. You can pause this video whenever you need to get these answers. F of a plus 4, you kind of did that on the first page in the difference quotient. We should be pretty good with that by now. There it is. Again, if I make a boo-boo, please let me know. Find the domain, folks, okay? On our homework, we did this with okay success. The one we did on our notes was like 4 minus x, so that's why we had an in-betweener, unlike this. This one has to be 4 or more, all right? -1 works there, but a negative doesn't work there. 3 doesn't work there. 2 doesn't work there. So actually, to make both of these okay, it's got to be 4 or more. All right, here, the top doesn't factor. And even if we would still count a whole, a removable discontinuity, we would say x still can't be that in this case. For this class, we'll do that. So we don't have to worry about anything canceling. There's no holes here. It's just simply the domain is any x such that x doesn't equal -3 or 4. Or if you want to write it in interval notation, it is that right below it. Okay, here's our semicircle. The domain, you've got to have brackets, guys. There's inclusion. -4 to 4, 0 to 4, and that's the graph. All right? Should be pretty good on that one. Determine whether f is even, odd, or neither. Okay, again, technically the rule is you got to show f of -x is equal to f of x. Some of you did that on the homework, and it was perfect. That's good. You can also use, I'll let you use negatives here, show that you get the same, or opposites, I mean. You plug in -3 and 3, you get 181, 181, so it is even. Now make sure you state that. Don't ever trust 0, 2. Remember I warned you about 0? Some of you plugged in -2 and +2 on one of the homework questions and got 0. Well, and you called it even when it was actually odd. This is a neither. When you plug in f of -x, you don't get an opposite or the same thing. Again, if you plug in -2 and 2, you don't get opposites or the same answer. All right, f plus g, simply add them together. I did see some mistakes with f minus g, especially when we subtract a negative. All right, got to make sure to close those parentheses or put parentheses around it so we don't make a sign error. Okay, that's f plus g, that's f minus g. F times g just distributes. 3 terms by 2 terms is going to give you 6 terms initially. All right, then combine like terms. F over g. Folks, you literally have to write it like that first, then concern yourself with the domain. So the domain is x. Again, some of us just put domain x equals 5 over 6. That's very, very wrong. All right, you got to put the domain is any x as long as x doesn't equal 5 over 6. All right, so please be careful with that. Anyway, that's a good question. Your review's not that long because your quiz is not going to be that long. All right, but it's still going to be 50 points, so we really got to take time to not mess up the algebra. All right, let's find f of g of x. So plug in g of x in for x in that equation up there. Just really take your time, all right? Really take your time with that. There it is. And then g of f of x, that one's a little bit easier. You don't have to square anything. Again, there's the answer there. That is a plus 50 on the right. Find f of x. Oh my gosh, you gotta plug in x squared minus 4x plus 5 in for x twice, which is why I wrote wow. You're gonna square something with 3 terms. So I wrote it out twice. Okay, that's the squaring part. 3 terms by 3 terms, just draw the arrows. That's gonna be 9 terms. That turns out to be 9 terms. All right, I did simplify this rather easy part, I guess, right here. Okay, and it's simply, you know, term by term here. Go through it slowly. So I guess we can have 13 terms maybe on that first line. You do a little simplifying. Overall, that should be your answer. And lastly, f of g of h of x. You got to do the g of h of x first. So g of 4x minus 3. Going to plug 4x minus 3 in for x there and there. Really like these last 2 questions. Hint, hint, wink, wink. Got to make sure our Algebra 2 skills are really good for this class, as I've told you. Seen a lot of negative times of negative errors. All right, so let's clean that up. So that's what you get. So you're going to plug that in for f right there. So you're just going to do 5 times that plus 3. Don't forget about that plus 3 at the end. Anyway, that should be your answer. All right, folks, your quiz is on Tuesday. It's going to be 50 points. They're going to have a quiz the following Tuesday, followed by your first exam, September 28th. This is Yak Math Videos signing out.